Welcome back to Dunfield for Elmira Pioneers baseball, as after about a 30-minute hiatus between Game 1 and Game 2, we get you set for Game number 2 this afternoon. It's the Niagara Ironbacks versus your Elmira Pioneers. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Farrell Hudson for the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We'll take you for all your live coverage this afternoon. Zach Nelson and the Elmira Pioneers have taken the field, which means let's get you your Niagara Ironbacks starting lineup. For Niagara, it'll be Matt Evans, the center fielder, to lead things off. Carter Shaw is the shortstop. He'll bat second. Alex Keenan, right field, bats third. Andrew Bishop, the first baseman, will clean up. Carter Kipp at third base will bat fifth. Brock Gottschar, the catcher, will bat sixth. Devin Midori, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Grayson Briggs, the DH, will bat eighth. Bryce Bedrosian, the EH, bats ninth. And rounding out the batting order and playing left field is Nolan Phelan. So the Pioneers with a 15-2 punctuating victory in Game 1. Larson Birch goes a complete game there, as he strikes out 5, only allows 2 earned runs on 7 hits across 5 innings of work. Zach Nelson will now look to follow suit as the Pioneers will go for victory number 3 of 5 on the weekend. They're 2 for their first 4. Loss at Batavia on Friday, win at Niagara in Game 1 yesterday, loss in Game 2, and a win here in Game 1 against Niagara this afternoon, 15-2. Matt Evans in from the left side takes a fastball off the plate for ball 1, and we are underway. Cloud cover over Dunfield on this warm Sunday afternoon. Glad he could join us on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Fastball misses a tad low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes with nobody out. Umpires switch crew. The home plate umpire is now the field umpire, vice versa. For Game 2, a couple defensive changes for the Pioneers. We'll get to the Elmira defense in a moment as Nelson fires home a 2-0. Fastball at the knees for a called strike on Evans. Left to right in the Elmira outfield, it's Andrew Hartman in left, Brett Baker in center, TJ Grimesti in right. 2-1 from Zach. Hit on the ground, past a diving O'Neill into right field for a base hit. So the second consecutive ball game with a leadoff single for Matt Evans. He's aboard with nobody out. Left to right in the Elmira Pioneer infield, it's Brendan Hammer at third base. Aiden Grabowski, the shortstop. Liam O'Neill clocks in at second base. He played Game 2 of the doubleheader with Niagara Falls yesterday. And at first base is Michael Palmer in place of Brooks Hicken from Game 1. This season you can connect with the Pioneers like never before with exclusive content on our social media platforms. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at the Elmira Pioneers or at Elmira Pios on X. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's Carter Shin. Played in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Nelson fires home at 0-1. Soft breaking ball over the outer half. Catches the corner for a called strike 2. Zach quickly ahead on Shin. I'll get you the numbers on Nelson for a moment. For Shin in Game 1, reached base in all 3 plate appearances, as Zach will check on Evans off of first base with nobody out, just underway in Game 2. For Evans, he's got 1 stolen base on the season across 4 ball games. Zach comes set, right side of the rubber, taking off as Evans. Breaking ball off the outside corner, fire down to second base for Manganiello. Not in time, it skirts into center field and taken off a second, but stopping right there on the stolen bag is Matt Evans, so he advances into scoring position on a breaking ball off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. For Nelson on the season, Zach pitching to an 18 ERA. He's making his first start, 7th appearance, 1-1. 9 innings of work, 18 earned runs, chopped on the ground, third base side foul. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Brendan Hammer gets the start at third base. Brendan's been splitting time between the second and third base position throughout the course of the 2025 season. Liam O'Neill, as we mentioned, got subbed in Game 2 yesterday. In that ball game for Liam O'Neill, a 6'4 fielder's choice and a ground out to conclude the top of the 5th inning. Nelson set from the right side of the rubber. 2 looks at second, home with a 1-2, and the breaking ball hit on the ground to the backhand side of third. Stopped by Hammer, but it's in foul ground. Throw across the diamond would have been in time, but it's not, as it's a foul ball. So staying alive in the count to see another pitch is Carter Shin. Nelson sets, fires a 1-2 inside, and he almost clips Shin. So the same lineup being rolled out as in Game 1 for the Ironbacks in Game 2. It's Matt Evans, Carter Shin, and Alex Keene, the top 3 in the Niagara order. 2-2, still nobody out. Matt Evans led off with a single and stole second on a slow breaking ball off the outside corner from Nelson. 2-2, lined into left field. There's a base hit. Rounding third and stopping right there is Evans. Just like that, 2 singles against Zach Nelson. 2 on in the top of the first with nobody out. Andrew Roxby getting loose in the Pioneer bullpen. Would imagine it might be a bit of a shorter leash for Nelson should he run into trouble here. Pioneers attempting to salvage as many ball games as possible. An 18-15-1 record across their opening 34 games in 2025. This is game number 35 Elmira is playing in 2025. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Top of the first inning, it's the left-handed hitting Alex Keene to step in, and he takes the fastball off the outside corner for ball 1. Bios fans, new trading card sets and mini bats are now available at the merchandise store at Dunfield. This season, get yourself the latest Pioneers gear: hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, warm-ups, baseballs, and much, much more. Be sure to stop by the merchandise stand next time you're at concessions. 1-0's fouled off from Keene, and the count levels at a ball and a strike. Just underway here in Game 2 and Game 1. Pioneers got to the left-handed starter, Max Rutherford, delivering him his first loss of the season across 9+ innings of work. He now has 11 on the year. Gave up 4 runs, 8 earned. Gave up 8 runs, 8 earned, 4 hits, 6 walks, and no strikeouts, as Nelson jumps ahead in the count 1-2 with a fastball over the inside corner to Keene. Alex Keene appeared in Game 1, an RBI double in the top of the first, went silent after that, a fly ball to center and a pop-up to second. Nelson sets home with a 1-2 and a high pop. Left side of the infield, Grabowski ranges back. In charge is left fielder. It's Grabowski, a long run and a sliding catch. Coming to the plate, here's the throw home. It's offline, so a sac fly and an RBI for Keene as the Ironbacks take a 1-0 lead. But what an athletic play by Grabowski for out number 1. A great sliding catch by Aiden Grabowski. We'll keep saying his name until we're blue in the face because that's how good he's been. 1 on and 1 out, a run home in the top of the first for Niagara. They lead 1-0 on 2 hits against Zach Nelson. Good situational hitting there from Keene. He produces his 3rd RBI of the day, rather 2nd RBI of the day, had a double. Productive at-bats in 2 of 4 plate appearances across the M2 and having it picked off at first, and out is Carter Shaw. Nice pickoff move from Zach Nelson, and now 2 outs and the base is empty before he even throws a pitch to Andrew Bishop. Oh, pitch with 2 outs is a fastball in the dirt. Left-handed hitting Bishop takes, and the count goes to 1-0. Bishop was in the cleanup spot his last time against the Pioneers in Game 1, a strikeout and a grounder to Hicken at first. 1-0, fastball off the outside edge, 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Evans led off with a single here in the first. Carter Shaw, the shortstop, or Carter Shin rather, got on first base. There's a high pop-up. Back at first base, it's Palmer. Settles under it, in foul ground, puts it away for the final out at the top of the first inning. So for the Ironbacks, a run on 2 hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Half an inning through, 1-0 Niagara on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunn Field for the bottom of the first inning of action. The Niagara Ironbacks ahead of your Elmira Pioneers, 1-0. Let's take a look at your Pioneers starting lineup. Aiden Grabowski, the shortstop, leads things off. Ty Martineau, the DH, will bat second. Batting third and playing right field is TJ Garmesti. Michael Palmer does the cleanup at first base. Brett Baker in center field will bat fifth. Brendan Hammer is the third baseman. He'll bat sixth. Andrew Hartman in left field will bat seventh. Anthony Manganiello doing the catching, bats eighth. Liam O'Neill on second base will bat ninth. Vincent Favada is the extra hitter. He'll bat 10th. Right-hander Grabowski in the righty batter's box against Jaden Corpin. On the season for Corpin, the right-hander, fourth lowest ERA of any Niagara Ironback, 0-3 with a 4.82, making his fourth start of the season, ninth appearance, 37 and a third innings of work, 20 earned runs, 15 walks, and 15 strikeouts. Only giving up 5 extra base hits, 2 home runs, and pitching to an opposing batting average of .264. Breaking ball guided off the outside corner. Grabowski stares, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Left to right in the outfield for Niagara Falls. Rather, Niagara, Canada. Phelan's in left, Evans in center. As Grabowski takes a fastball low, 3 balls and no strikes. Keene is over and right. Left to right in the infield, Kip at third. Shin is at second. Shin is at shortstop. Midori at second. Bishop over at first. 3-0 off the outside edge. A 4-pitch walk to Grabowski to lead off the bottom of the first. So the Pioneers walked a lot in game 1. 5 walks issued by Max Rutherford in the bottom of the second inning. In the bottom of the third, 2 walks, 2 hit batsmen by Caden Wilson, who went 2 innings. He gave up 7 runs on 7 earned. For the Pioneers in the ball game, they finished with 9 hits, so 5 hits while only striking out 2 and walking 3. First pitch to Ty Martineau is a fastball that misses high. That's 5 consecutive pitches out of the zone from the right-hander Corpin. With nobody out, Grabowski leads off at first. Game 2 of the doubleheader here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. 1-0 to Martineau. Fastball inside corner. Ty Tinks for a called strike one. So it'll be a 1-1 to Martineau. Nobody out. Pioneers behind 1-0 as scooting back to the bag safely is Grabowski on a pickoff attempt from Corpin. Even with the bag at third is Kip. Shin and Midori at their regular spots as Grabowski widens his lead off a first 1-1 fastball fouled back from Martineau. 8 pitches in, bottom of the first, nobody out. Corpin looking for his first out of the inning. He's got Martineau with a 1-2 count. 5 balls and 3 strikes to open up his Sunday afternoon. 1 run on 2 hits for Niagara in the top of the first against the Pioneers. Right-handed pitcher and man out of Alfred State in Zach Nelson. Corpin checks on Grabowski back at first base. Hayden can scoot for sure. Sure, if the Ironbacks weren't well acquainted with it, then they became acquainted with it game 1. So elusive at the shortstop position. He did get picked off in game 1, but don't let it fool you from the contribution he's provided all season. A high fly ball deep to right. That's going to go foul from Martineau as he drives that all the way onto Fair Street. A nice shot from Martineau, but ropes it foul. He was ahead of Corpin's fastball. All the way to 1-2. Snap throw back to the bag again. Grabowski getting dirty over at first base. Martineau fists it off the end of the bat. Shallow left field. That's going to dunk down for a base hit in front of the cutting left fielder and Phelan. Rounding, going first to third is Grabowski. He slides. He's safe. Getting up to second is Martineau with a double. So the Pioneers are set up. A hit in the bottom of the first. 2 in scoring position with nobody out. They trail 1-0. But hopefully not for long as TJ Gramesti comes to the plate. Centralis Health is the official healthcare provider for your Elmira Pioneers. Next time you need medical attention, make sure you visit Centralis for all your medical needs. They're at the Southern Tier and Central New York. And it's Gramesti in from the right side against the righty Corpin. Working for the right side of the rubber. Grabowski leads off at third. Martineau off of second. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. And the fastball trails high. A ball and no strikes to Gramesti. TJ had his fingerprints offensively all over the map in game 1 as he takes a breaking ball inside corner for a called strike. Scored 3 runs, RBI walk, 3 RBIs, a 2-run single at the bottom of the first. Got plunked in the bottom of the third. Only out he made was grounder to third in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1, TJ serves it. First base side foul out of play. And the count in favor of Corpin. Still looking for his first out of the bottom of the first inning. Pioneers applying some nice and early offensive pressure. In need of starting to rack up victories. The magic number around 26 or 27 wins typically for the playoffs, which would indicate even after a game today, the Pioneers would ideally need to win 7 or 8 out of 11 games, especially if they want to catch 4th place Auburn, whom they still trail by 2 games right now. The good news is for the Pioneers, they have 2 games against Auburn this week. 1 at Falcon Park Wednesday, 1 at Dunn Field on Thursday. Breaking ball misses off the plate. Gramesti with a solid eye. And from a 1-2 count to a full count with nobody out. Corpin comes set. Righty on righty matchup. Payoff pitch to Gramesti. High for ball 4. So TJ's aboard. Expands upon what's been a great season for him from the plate. From all facets. It's going to be Grabowski off of third. Martineau off of second. TJ Gramesti off of first. For the left-handed swinging Michael Palmer. Bases are loaded for Elmira. Nobody out. 2 walks in the inning issued by the right-hander Corpin. Still yet to even record 1 out. First pitch to Palmer, fastball inside. Mike takes, and it's a ball and no strikes. Bases loaded for Elmira. They trail by 1, home half of the first. For Palmer on the season, .242 batting average, 15 hits, 4 extra base hits, a homer, and 15 RBIs. He serves it, and swing on the ground. Feed second, 1, on to first, in time for a double play. As the play goes 4-6-3 from the second baseman Midori to Shin over to Bishop at first. A run crosses the plate. No RBI for Palmer, and the ball game is tied at 1. So a run on a hit. Plates home the tying run at the bottom of the first. 2 outs. And a runner off at third. That's Martineau. As here comes Brett Baker. First pitch to Brett. Check swing. Did Baker go around? He did not, says the field umpire. 1-0. Floated over the outside corner for a called strike 1. A run on 2 hits and no errors for Niagara. A run on a hit and no errors for the Pioneers. Got Baker sporting the arm sleeve with the American flag on it. White batting gloves, tall. Stance in the left-handed batter's box. Takes the fastball high. And the count 2 balls and a strike on the Pioneer center fielder. Corpin working quickly, and fastball's delivered foul from Baker into the Pioneer dugout. Count levels at 2-2. Two breaking ball popped up third base side. It's gonna go foul. So Baker will see a 6th pitch in the at-bat with 2 strikes. 1-1 the score, bottom of the first inning, game 2 of this doubleheader between Niagara Falls and Elmira. Pioneers took the opener 15-2. Fastball swatted back to the screen, foul from Baker. Pios fans, are you hungry and looking for an amazing place to eat, get great drinks, and incredible service? Be sure to then come to Texas Roadhouse on County Route 64 in Horseheads. Righty on lefty, it's Jaden Corpin from the right side of the rubber. Slow wind and deliver. Baker checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the field umpire. Brett raises his arm in the air. Surprised by that call. He's out for the end of the bottom of the first. For the Pioneers, though, they tie the ball game up. A run on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. An inning through 1-1 between the Pioneers and Ironbacks on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the second inning. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 in the Ironbacks order to step to the plate against Zach Nelson in his second inning of work. Zach fared nicely after giving up 2 singles to lead off the ball game. One coming to Matt Evans, the leadoff man and center fielder. The other Carter Shin, the shortstop. Evans came around to score, but that was about all in the inning for Niagara as Nelson fires over the outside corner, called strike, and now a breaking ball, same location, 0-2 on Carter Kipp. It'll be Kipp, the third baseman, followed by Gauger, the catcher, Devin Midori, the second baseman. 1-all score, top of the second inning. 1 run on 2 hits for Niagara in the first, a run on a hit for Elmira, aided by 2 walks from the right-hander Jaden Corpin in the bottom half. Chopped on the ground, third base side, foul. And the count remains 0-2. Oh-2 from Nelson, breaking ball, tipped in and out of the glove of Manganiello. So Kipp just stays alive. Your back-to-back West Division champion Elmira Pioneers would like to thank Clarion Inn Horseheads Elmira for being the official host hotel for the Pioneers. If you're looking for a great place to stay or host an event, be sure to visit them on Water Street in downtown Elmira. 0-2 with nobody out. Hit on the ground to the backhand side of Brendan Hammer on 3 hops from third. The long throw across the diamond in time for out number 1. So a strong start for Nelson across an inning and a third with 1 out and the base is empty. That'll bring up a left-handed hitting catcher and Brock Granger. Fastball for a called strike from Nelson, 0-1. Oh, 1. Outside corner for a called strike 2. So it'll be an 0-2 to Granger with 1 out. Righty on lefty matchup. Nelson comes set, right side of the rubber. And fires fastball in the righty batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2, Nelson delivers in a breaking ball, chopped at the ground. Foul, wide of first. One, 2 from Zach. Swing and a miss. Fastball over the outside corner. First strikeout of the ball game for Zach. And there's 2 outs in the top of the second. Here comes Devin Midori, the second baseman. Righty on righty matchup with Nelson. Base is empty. Zach looking to complete a second formidable inning of work. Breaking ball. Check swing. Did Midori go around? He did not, says the field umpire. 1-0. Oh, 1 from Nelly. Breaking ball. Unable to be held on to from the catcher Manganiello, just off the outside edge. And we're level at a ball and a strike. Rather, 2-0 the count. Previously referenced that, had it on the scoreboard as 1-1. 2-0 with 2 out. Hit on the ground to Brendan Hammer off his glove at third. It took a tricky deflection, but it'll go down as an E5 as reaching is Midori. So with 2 out, that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Grayson Briggs, DH. 2 hits in the top of the first. And now an error made by Brendan Hammer on the high chopper, and taken off for second base. Manganiello fires down, tag unable to be applied by Grabowski. A stolen bag for Midori. He advances into scoring position with 2 outs. Nelson will look at second. 1-0 in the dirt. Nice stop for, I was going to say nice stop for Manganiello. Just squirted away from him, which allows Midori to now move up. So a stolen base and then a passed ball on the catcher, Manganiello. Has the go-ahead run for Niagara 90 feet away for the left-handed hitting Briggs. Firmly ahead of the count. 2-0 against Nelson with 2 out. Zach sets from the right side of the rubber, fires. Fastball popped up. Out of play, 2-1. The Elmira Pioneers would like to extend a special thank you to Duncan as they have teamed up with the Food Bank of the Southern Tier program. For each run your Pios score this season, Duncan will donate 1 pound of coffee to the Food Bank of the Southern Tier. Thank you, Duncan, and go Pios. 2-1 with 2 outs. Nelson floats a breaking ball off the outside edge. Good count for the DH Briggs. Ahead 3-1. Runner leads off a third. That's the second baseman, Devin Midori. Fastball popped up. Left side of the diamond, Brendan Hammer, and foul ground settles under it and puts it away for out number 3. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 run runner stranded on base. An inning and a half through, 1-1 the score on the Pioneers Baseball Network. We'd like to thank everyone who loyally comes out to Dunfield to support your back-to-back West Division champion Elmira Pioneers, and we want to remind you that a Pioneers game is a great way to bring your group together, whether it's a school, church, business, youth sports organization, or anything in between. The Pioneers are also able to offer great picnic options for your organization or business. Reserve your group today by calling 607-734-2690. Go Pios. Breaking ball over the outside corner from the right-hander Jaden Corpin to Brendan Hammer, who now serves one into right, moving back and settling under it, putting away. For out number 1 is the right fielder Keene. 6, 7, and 8 in the Pioneers order due up Here in the bottom of the second, Hammer flies out, so it'll be Andrew Hartman, the left fielder, followed by Anthony Manganiello, the catcher. Here's Hartman in from the left side with one out and the base is empty. Pioneers were able to limit potential damage following an E5 made by Brendan Hammer in the top of the second on a high, sharply hit ground ball off the bat of the right-handed hitting second baseman Devin Midori. Righty and lefty matchup, slow rock and fire from Corpin, unable to get the strike call over the outside corner. 1-0 on Hartman. Hartman lines it to deep center field, going back and settling under it. Putting it away for out number 2 is Evans. So here comes Anthony Manganiello, Pioneers catcher, stepping in for his first time in the ball game. Brandon Dubek got the start behind the plate in Game 1. Yesterday, Manganiello was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball in Game 1 at Niagara Falls yesterday afternoon. Breaking ball inside corner. Manganiello takes for a called strike 1. Nothing in 1 the count with 2 outs, 1 run on 2 hits, and no errors for the Ironbacks, 1 run on 1 hit, and 1 error for the Pioneers. A 1 out of the slide step, Corpin fires, and he misses away with a fastball, count levels. One, Manganiello, pop-up. Off the end of the bat, back behind third, it's Kip, called off by the shortstop Shin, who puts it away to conclude a 1-2-3 bottom of the second for Jaden Corpin. He faces the minimum, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Through 2, 1-1 the score on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunn Field as we get you set for the top of the third inning on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Zach Nelson takes the mound. He pitched a relatively quick top of the second inning, got a ground ball, strikeout, an error from Brendan Hammer, but the run did not come in to score despite a stolen base and a pass ball. Got a pop-up to the aforementioned Hammer off the end of the bat from Grayson Briggs, and that's where we stand now. 1-1 in the top of the third as Nelson delivers the breaking ball high to the left-handed hitting Bryce Bedrosian. It's the 9, 10, and 1 in the Ironbacks order, in against Nelson in the top of the third in a tie ball game. Bedrosian followed by Phelan, the left fielder, and Evans, the center fielder. Fastball misses high and away from Nelson, 2-0 on Bedrosian. Nelson sets a deep breath and fires. Swing and a miss. Sitting dead red was Bedrosian on a fastball. Cuts through it. Nice two-seam cut from Nelson over the inner half. Bedrosian got the start in Game 1 at first base. Now in the EH role in Game 2 as he swings and misses over the heater, or at the heater, shall I say, over the outside corner. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nelson comes set, fires. Bedrosian lines it back to the screen, foul. Nelson sets, fires, swing and a miss. Fastball over the outside corner, second strikeout in the ball game for Nelson. 1 out in the top of the third. So here comes Nolan Phelan, the left fielder, with 1 out and the base is empty. Phelan in his first trip to the plate, a liner to the shortstop Grabowski and a strikeout swinging in the top of the fourth. High fly ball to left field, settling under it and coming in a few steps is Hartman. He puts it away for out number 2. So 2 outs and the base is empty, top of the third. Back to the top of the batting order for Niagara, it's Matt Evans. Nelson giving the Pioneers some solid length so far in Game 2. Weren't entirely sure how long Nelson was going to last, according to pitching coach Nate Krukow. He said, well, we have Andrew Roxby ready, wanting to see some other arms get innings, especially with an off day tomorrow. But Nelson holding his own for the Pioneers right now, arguably putting together his best performance of the 2025 season. Misses high and away with a changeup. Want to know the count on Evans, who in his first trip to the plate had a single back up the middle to lead off the ball game against Nelson. In the process, Evans came around to score. 1-0 from Zach, fastball outside corner for a called strike. A run on 2 hits and no errors for the Ironbacks. A run on a hit and an error for your Pioneers. Nelson fires home a 1-1. Breaking ball just misses at the knees. 2-1 on Evans. You can see Zach Nelson say to him, he's like, is that down? Just by a little bit. Nonetheless, good spot from Zach. 2-1 popped up. This should be the inning ending. Pitch as Manganiello, just in fair territory, falls down. Bit of a tough wipe for Anthony, who's helped up by his collegiate teammate Brendan Hammer. He puts it away, and facing the minimum in a 1-2-3 top of the third is Zach Nelson. Down go the Ironbacks in order 1-2-3. No runs and no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. 2.5 through, 1-1 between the Ironbacks and the Pioneers on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. 1-1 the score as we head to the bottom of the third inning on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Liam O'Neill to stand in from the right side against the righty Jaden Corpin. First pitch to Liam, a breaking ball inside, 1-0. O'Neill 0 for 1 in last night's 1-0 defeat to the Niagara Falls Americans from Sal Magley Stadium. O'Neill, out of the University of Bridgeport, collected 22 hits in his collegiate season, 4 homers and 19 RBIs. Takes a fastball off the outer edge and quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. For O'Neill on the season, Liam batting .069 across 13 games, a .341 on-base percentage, 2 hits, no extra base hits, and 2 RBIs. A deep breath, kick and delivery from Corpin is a breaking ball outside. It's quickly behind in the count, 3-0 on O'Neill. In the bottom of the third inning, it'll be O'Neill followed by Favada and Grabowski to come to the plate for the Pioneers. Fastball high for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the third from Corpin to O'Neill. It's his third walk in 2+ innings of work. So here comes Vincent Favada. Limited playtime on the season for him. 182 batting average across 8 ball games. He's gotten the start in 5. Small lead for Liam O'Neill off of first. He's got 1 stolen bag on the season. Widens to about an 8 to 10 foot lead. Breaking ball taken high by Favada, 1-0. Snap throw back to first from the catcher in Granger, and it goes down the right field line. O'Neill races around second. He's headed to third, and the throw to third, not in time. It skips away, and it goes into the dugout. O'Neill's going to come in to score. So how about that? The Pios will take a 2-1 lead as O'Neill all the way from first. That'll be an E2 and an E6. 2 errors in 1 play committed by the Ironbacks, and Elmira is out in front, 2-1. Fastball high, 2-0 to Favada. Very rarely do you see that, as coming all the way around to score was O'Neill on a snap throw back to first base. 2-0 breaking ball, catches the outside corner at the knees for a called strike to Favada. Rather, a 3-1 count. Elmira regains the lead, and Favada walks. So now the 4th walk of the ball game issued by the right-hander Corpin. And that'll bring up right-handed hitting shortstop Aiden Grabowski. Grabs walked and came around to score his first trip to the plate. Favada leads off at first with nobody out. .333 on base percentage for Favada. 1 stolen bag across 8 games. Out of the slide step, Corpin delivers in a line drive into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit in front of the cutting center fielder Evans, who will smother it and fire back to the infield. So a single for Grabowski, and the Pios with a 1-run advantage are set up first and second with 1 out. Time called, and a mound visit in store for the Ironbacks and the starting pitcher in Jaden Corpin. Pioneers would like to thank Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning, United States Army, Vasco Brands, and Visions Federal Credit Union for their loyal sponsorship throughout the course of the 2025 season. Ty Martineau is going to come to the plate. Nobody out in the home half of the third. Liam O'Neill walked to lead off the inning. He had a medium-sized lead off of first when the catcher in Granger decided to pick off as he threw it down the right field line. It was an E2 on him. The throw came in from Keene to the shortstop Chin, and Shin made a throw into the Ironbacks dugout. 2 errors in 1 play that allowed Liam O'Neill to cross the plate to give Elmira a 1-run advantage. It's their first lead of game 2. So here comes Ty Martineau. Favada leads off a second, Grabowski off of first. As first baseman Bishop crashes in, and so does the third baseman Kip. Called strike on Martineau as he drew the bat back and took the breaking ball at the letters. 0-1 the count. A 1 to tie. It's a double steal. Pitch high. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Double steal between Favada and Grabowski. 2 in scoring position for Elmira with nobody out and a 1-1 count on Martineau. Niagara will bring their entire infield in, with Elmira ahead by a run. In hopes of cutting off the run are the Ironbacks. Been a bit of a tough day for them. Pioneers winning game 1 of the doubleheader 15-2. Now ahead in game 2, 2-1 in a much closer bout. Jaden Corpin keeping the Pioneers off balance when he stays around the strike zone. He's gotten 2 fly balls and a pop-up in a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. He struck out 1. That was Baker. That came in the first. He's given up only 2 hits to this point. As the 2-0 fouled off. Rather, 2-1 fouled off by Martineau, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Right-hander Corpin sets and fires. Breaking ball popped up foul. Third base side out of play from Ty. For Martineau, we mentioned only 1 RBI coming into this afternoon's doubleheader. No extra base hits, but he's been so serviceable for the Pioneers. 18 hits in general. And on-base percentage near 400, 2-2. Martineau fouls it back, and that's another thing he can do so well, is just work in the count, as he continues to do the same here. Pioneers will look to scrape across a couple more runs. Corpin comes set, right side of the rubber. The 2-2 on the way to Martineau. Fastball popped up. This might stay in play. Kip, the third baseman, ranges over near the Ironbacks dugout, puts it away, and foul ground to retire Martineau for out number 1. So that brings up TJ Gramesti with Favada off of third, Grabowski off of second. Solid speed on the bases for Elmira. A single likely plates home too, despite the shallow play of the left fielder Phelan. Gramesti in the ball game, a walk in the bottom of the first. In game 1, reached base in 3 of 4 plate appearances. Ironbacks infield remains in with 1 out. Gramesti a high fly ball to shallow right. In tracks in Keene. We'll look to see if Favada tags. Keene makes the catch. Favada's going to come to the plate. Here's the throw home. It's on line. Tag applied in time as Favada's gunned down at the plate. A beautiful throw from the right fielder Alex Keene for a 9-2 double play to get out of the bottom of the third inning. But for the Pioneers, they collect a run on a hit, 2 errors, and as a result of the double play, 2 runners left on base. 3 innings through, Elmira ahead 2-1 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Centralis Health, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung County AG Promotions, Chemung Supply, and Coca-Cola for their loyal sponsorship throughout the course of the 2025 season. Zach Nelson on for a fourth inning of work, delivers a fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike one. It's the 2, 3, and 4 in the Ironbacks order to step to the plate. Shin followed by Keene and Bishop, and the visitors stanza of the fourth inning. Nelson, deep breath, comes set right side of the rubber. Nothing in one offering. Popped up Liam O'Neill on the edge of the outfield grass at the second base position. Right side of the infield puts it away for out number 1. So for Shin, he's now 1 for 2 in the ball game. A single in the top of the first and a pop out to O'Neill. Bases are empty for the 3-hitter and left-handed hitting right fielder Alex Keene. Keene popped up to the shortstop Grabowski on a beautiful running grab by Aiden, who jetted out to his left and in foul ground made a nice sliding catch to prevent Keene from staying in the at-bat. Breaking ball at the knees for a called strike one. Oh, 1 outside corner, called strike 2. Nelson putting on a masterclass so far this afternoon, painting every single corner high and low with the fastballs and the off-speed pitches, which have been his bread and butter all afternoon. Ahead of the count, 0-2. With 1 out, looking to retire Keene. Nelson sets and fires fastball off the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. One-two from Nelson with 1 out. A fly ball deep to right center field. That's in the gap. Cutting over is Gramesti way back and makes a nice running grab. How about that? TJ Gramesti keeps outdoing himself as he puts it away deep in the right center field alley for out number 2. Man, oh man, he makes those really tough plays look so easy. Just the mark of an elite athletic talent as Andrew Bishop steps to the plate. Left-handed hitting first baseman in the cleanup spot for the Ironbacks. Pioneers would like to thank Just in Time, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, Ma's Cheesy Dreams, and McDonald's for their loyal sponsorship in the 2025 season. Righty and lefty matchup, 2 outs, bases empty. Elmira ahead by 1 in Game 2 of this twin bill between the Ironbacks and your Elmira Pioneers as Nelson misses low with a breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Pioneers will hit the road to take on the Geneva Red Wings on Tuesday night from John Saloni Field at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. We hope you'll join us for all the live coverage on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network, beginning with Pioneers pregame live at 5:55 p.m. Fastball over the outside corner, taken for a called strike 1. 1-1. Hit on the ground, just foul, wide of first base, as Palmer chased after it, 1-2. So 1-2 the count with 2 outs, bases empty, 2 hits for Niagara against Zach Nelson in 3 2/3, 2 strikeouts for Zach. Looking for a third strikeout here, looking for a third out. High fly ball to left. Going back as Hartman settles under it and puts it away for the final out of the top of the 4th inning. So Nelson faces the minimum. No runs and no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. 3.5 through, Elmira ahead by 1 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunn Fields for the bottom of the fourth inning. Michael Palmer to step in against the right-hander Jaden Corbin, who drills him on the first pitch. So Palmer will head down to first base, a leadoff runner for Elmira here in the home half of the fourth as Palmer gets on. After Palmer, it's Baker and Hammer to come to the plate. Palmer, who grounded out into a 6-4-3 double play in the bottom of the first, gets plunked here and gives way to Brett Baker, who struck out swinging against Corbin his first trip to the plate. Righty on lefty matchup with a runner on and nobody out. Palmer a brief lead off of first. In at the third base bag is Kip in anticipation of a potential bunt from Baker, who flashes, draws it back, and takes a fastball off the outside corner for ball one. Snap throw back to first. Palmer gets back. 1-0 square and a bunt as Baker draws it back, takes another fastball off the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes on Baker from the right-hander Corbin. Another throw back to first. Palmer just getting back in time that go round. Ironbacks are doing a lot of attempted pickoffs today. Want to try and strand as many base runners as possible, not allow what's a relatively speedy Pioneers team to advance into scoring position. 2-0, fastball inside. 3-0 to Brett Baker with nobody out. Corbin fires, fastball high. That's ball 4. 5 consecutive pitches out of the zone to open up the bottom of the fourth. A hit batsman and a walk have Elmira set up 2 on with nobody out. Here comes Brendan Hammer to the plate with nobody out. Righty on righty matchup with Corbin. Hammer a fly ball to shallow right, and Alex Keene, his last trip to the plate in the bottom of the second. Hammer squares to bunt and pokes it foul. Brendan frustrated with himself as he raises his bat in frustration. 0-1. So it'll be an 0-1 to Hammer with nobody out. Palmer leads off a second, and Baker off of first. Breaking ball misses low. A ball and a strike the count. Taking a look at second is Corbin as Palmer scurries back to the bag. A run on 2 hits and 2 errors for Niagara for your Pioneers. We'll get to that in a moment. Hammer to the backhand side of shortstop. Feeds second one. That's all they'll get. 6-4 the play goes. Nice backhanded stop by Shin. Feeds Devin Midori. As cut down is Baker for out number 1 in the inning. Advancing to third is Palmer on a 6-4 fielder's choice off the bat of Hammer. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. But a threat at more runs cross the plate as another one's 90 feet away for Elmira. It's Andrew Hartman, the left fielder, who flew out to center field his first trip to the plate. That came in the bottom of the second. He bats for the left side against the righty Corbin. Snap throw back to first. Hammer dives in safely. Hammer 4 stolen bags on the season. We'll look to see if he goes here with 1 out. It appears, if not, as the changeup, a cut and a miss from Hartman. 0-1. Corbin fires, hit on the ground to first. Going to second, one. Shortstop Shin on to first in time for an inning-ending 3-6-3 twin killing. For the Pioneers in the inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 4 through, 2-1 Elmira on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Two to one, the Pioneers lead as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Andrew Hartman grounding into a 3-6-3 twin killing to conclude the bottom of the 4th leads us to the 5, 6, and 7. And the Niagara order against Zach Nelson in the top of the 5th. Zach's fared well so far through 4 innings of work. He's allowed only 1 run, 1 earned, 2 hits. Yet to issue his first free pass with 2 strikeouts. 0-1 from Zach. Breaking ball chopped off of Nelson. It takes an awkward deflection. O'Neill at second recovers, fires to first in time. A nice recover from Liam O'Neill after the ground ball spanked from Carter Kipp off of Zach Nelson. 1 out in the top of the 5th. A really nice recovery to the forehand side for O'Neill. And while some of O'Neill's plate appearances on the season, you could say, well, you'd like to see Liam come through, but defensively he's been unbelievable when put in the field. Makes really athletic plays like the one you just saw right there. And O'Neill did walk earlier in tonight's ball game to lead off the bottom of the 3rd, and he came around to score. 1 out and the base is empty. Righty on lefty matchup. Top of the 5th. Elmira ahead 2-1. Breaking ball misses low to the left-handed hitting catcher Brock Granger, who in his first trip to the plate, one of the 2 strikeout victims against Nelson, he went swinging. 1-0, rolled on the ground to first. Michael Palmer handles it, takes it to the bag himself in time for out number 2. So Nelly's coasting along, 4 2/3 innings of 1-run baseball. And with 2 outs, the base is empty. It's the second baseman, Devin Midori, to stand in as the potential last contestant in the visitors' half of the 5th stanza for Niagara. Nelly kicks and fires from the right side of the rubber. The heater over the outside corner. You bet. Called strike one. Nelson sets. Popped up behind home plate. Manganiello gives it a look at a play up onto the roof here of Dunfield. 0-2. The count. Nelson looking to complete a second consecutive, or rather third consecutive 1-2-3 inning. 8 in a row retired by Nelson. Is this number 9? Comes set. 0-2 fastball high. 1-2 the count on Devin Midori. One, two from Nelson with 2 outs, breaking ball. And the Niagara second baseman doesn't bite. In the dirt. And the count evens. Two with 2 out. Nelson fires, breaking ball, fouled back. Pioneers looking to sweep the doubleheader. It would be their third doubleheader sweep on the season. And they have played in a lot of them. Ironically enough, all doubleheader sweeps coming here at Dunfield. One against Geneva on June 17th. One against Newark on June 21st. As Nelly asks if it was inside or up. Might have been both. And the count runs full. One of the few times today that it has. Payoff pitch coming with 2 outs. Hit on the ground, left side of the infield. Grabowski to the backhand side. Long throw across the diamond, unable to be picked by Palmer. That's going to go down as an infield hit for Devin Midori. He's aboard with 2 outs. Third hit of the ball game, first since the top of the first inning for Niagara. And with 2 outs, here comes Grayson Briggs, the DH. Fastball outside corner, called strike one. Windings lead off. First, a pickoff play. Nah, just not in time. Leaning off the first base bag was Midori, and he almost got nabbed there by Nelson. A 1 with 2 outs. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Briggs. And the top of the second inning, Briggs hit a pop-up into foul ground that Brendan Hammer retrieved at third. 0-2 with 2 out. Midori takes off. Fastball, swing and a miss. Doesn't matter. Strike 3. End of the top of the 5th inning. Third strikeout for Nelly. He's through 5 innings, a 1-run ball. No runs and a hit, no errors. A runner left on base. 4.5 through. Pioneers ahead by a run on the Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Anthony Manganiello to step in against Jaden Corpin, who delivers a breaking ball off the outside corner. 1-0. Zach Nelson in the top of the fifth, besides the infield single to the left side of the infield. That was tough for Aiden Grabowski to retrieve. Still did from the backhand side. Made a strong long throw across the diamond, but unable to be scooped by Michael Palmer. Likely would have been safe was Midori anyway. So the verdict from our scorer, Ben Leary, an infield single. Third in the ballgame against Nelson, but he gets through the rest of the inning unscathed as punching it into shallow right field for a leadoff single in the bottom of the fifth is Anthony Manganiello. For the Pioneers, that's hit number 3 in the ballgame. They've maintained practical offensive silence against the righty Jaden Corpin. It'll be righty on righty matchup. Liam O'Neill coming to the plate with nobody out. Pioneers second baseman walked in his first trip to the plate and came around to score. Manganiello has decent speed off the first base bag for a catcher. He's got a medium-sized lead right now for Mango. 3 stolen bags on the season. And as the fastball misses off the outside edge, want to know the count on O'Neill. Even with the bag in about 10 to 15 feet to the left at third is Carter Kipp. Middle infield of both Shin and Midori are at their regular positions. As O'Neill winds it down the third base side, foul. 1-1. Pioneers would like to thank some of our most loyal sponsors, including Absolute Care of Three Rivers, AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Sports, Al's Leasing, Ant's Pancakes, Blaze Brockway Contracting, and Buckley's Automotive. 1-1, breaking ball high and away. O'Neill takes, and it's a 2-1 count with nobody out. Manganiello, the leadoff single in the bottom of the fifth. A run on 3 hits and 2 errors for Niagara Falls. 2 runs on 3 hits and an error for the Pioneers. Two-one, fastball off the outside corner. 3-1 to Liam O'Neill. Three-one, fastball off the outside corner for ball 4. O'Neill draws base via the free pass. 2 on with nobody out. O'Neill this season with Bridgeport, 39 hits across 49 games played. Collective 6 homers, 27 RBIs, 10 extra base hits. So Liam walks there. And with nobody out, that brings up Vincent Favada, the EH. Good speed on the bases for the Pioneers as the breaking ball in tight to Favada. And that's a luxury the Pioneers certainly do enjoy. While not every single player has the Aiden Grabowski or TJ Gramesti level of stolen bases, it's a really deep contribution throughout the lineup and a very speedy Pioneers team as the breaking ball misses inside to Favada again. Vincent trying to lay down a bunt. Pioneers and Ironbacks in crunch time. 6 more defensive outs to record for Elmira in the ballgame to lock down what would be a second consecutive victory. 3rd in their last 4 and 3 out of 5 on the weekend. Important to start building those wins as the playoffs are on the horizon. Pioneers with a victory today would have 19 wins with 11 games remaining. Usually 26 to 27 is that magic number in which the playoffs lie, which would still indicate a 7-4, 8-3 record that the Pioneers have to have going into the playoffs. Savada spanks it on the line into shallow left field. It drops, and it gets past the left fielder, Phelan. Manganiello rounds third. He comes to the plate. He'll score. O'Neill up to third on a single and an E7 from Favada, and the Pioneers now lead 3-1. So O'Neill's at third, 2 in scoring position as Manganiello crosses the plate. Nobody out, a 2-run lead for Elmira, home half of the 5th. So it's back to the top of the batting order in Aiden Grabowski. Ironbacks bring the infield in with nobody out. As Aiden faces Corpin for the third time in the ballgame, he's reached base twice, a walk and a single. Aiden in both trips to the plate has come around to score as he takes the breaking ball belt high over the outside corner for a called strike one. Oh, 1 breaking ball off the plate, and the count levels at a ball and a strike. One to Aiden Grabowski, chopped on the ground, and it's going to stay in play at third base. Kip the off-balance throw, a nice pick, but unable to get the play at first base are the Ironbacks. Legging it out for an infield hit is Aiden Grabowski. He's aboard for the third time today. So another hit in the inning. That's now 3 for the Pioneers. A run home, and the bases are juiced with nobody out for Ty Martineau, which is a good recipe for success because Ty makes you come to him. He's got a great eye, can battle on counts, and really frustrate pitchers in situations like these. Bases loaded for Elmira. They'll look to open up the skies offensively. As the first pitch to Martineau, spanked hard on the ground, foul near the Pioneer dugout, 0-1. Oh, 1 fastball off the plate. 1-1 to Martineau. Nobody up just yet in the Ironbacks bullpen. Fastball at the top of the zone misses, 2-1. So far in the ball game, control has been a bit of an issue. 6 walks and only 1 strikeout for Jaden Corpin across 4+ innings of work. 3 earned runs on 4 hits. This one popped up into center field. Settling under it and making the catch is Evans. Coming to the plate is O'Neill. He'll score a sac fly for Martineau, and the Pios lead 4-1. So Elmira with a 3-run lead, 2 runners on a productive sac fly from Ty Martineau. That's now 1 extra base hit and 2 RBIs on the season, 20 hits, and he continues to be productive with runners in scoring position, or just situations in which the Pioneers can build momentum like there. A 2-run bottom of the 5th inning, still only 1 out, and the most powerful hitter coming to the plate in TJ Gramesti. It's Favada off of second, Grabowski off of first, 1 out. 3-run lead for the Pioneers. Righty-on-righty matchup. Corpin from the right side of the rubber. First pitch to Gramesti is a breaking ball fouled back, 0-1. Oh, 1 to TJ. Fastball dribbled off the end of the bat right in front of the plate. Catcher and Botts can't field it. Throws on knotted time. Rather, Granger as he fired down to first. It'll be an infield single for Gramesti. The 4th hit in the inning for the Pioneers as Grabowski gets to second. And up to third goes Favada. Here comes Michael Palmer with 1 out and the bases loaded. A chance to put the Pioneers in front by 5. A single, assuming to the outfield, likely scores 2. An extra base hit, 3. Chance to blow this game open. He gets plunked, so that's a run for the Pioneers. Mike gets plunked for the second consecutive plate appearance in the ball game, and it's now 5-1 Elmira in the 5th. So Pioneers with a 3-run inning on 4 hits. And here comes the left-handed hitting Brent Baker. Righty and lefty matchup from Corton. First pitch to Baker is a fastball off the plate, 1-0. 1-3-3 for Niagara, 5-4-1 for Elmira. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Baker on a line to right field, settling under it and putting it away is Keene. Tagging coming to the plate is Grabowski. Throw cut off throw to the plate, not in time from Bishop. Another run scores on a sac fly for Baker. First and third as Grabowski advances up to third. Grabowski crossing the plate. Palmer off of first. 2 outs, a 5-run lead courtesy of the sac fly for Baker, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game, but productive there with her RBI. So here comes Brendan Hammer. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Hammer in the ball game. 0 for 1, a fly ball to right, and a 6-4 fielder's choice. Short lead for Palmer off of first with 2 outs. First pitch to Hammer is a fastball high. Brendan takes 1-0. Breaking ball, outside corner, 1-1. Palmer takes off on the breaking ball, no throw, just a bluff from the catcher Granger. 2-1 as 2 runners are in scoring position for the Pioneers. It's Grabowski off of third, Palmer off of second with 2 outs, a 2-1 count. From the right-hander Corpin to the righty, hitting Brendan Hammer. 2-1, fastball rolled on the ground, and it eats up the third baseman and Kip. That's going to be a run for the Pioneers. The 4th in the inning. Crosses the plate. Another error in E5 to the backhand side, which allows Hammer to reach. Grabowski to cross the plate. Palmer remains on second. First and second for the Pioneers. And now a 7-1 lead. 5th run of the inning. So here comes Andrew Harton. Pioneers have batted around home half of the 5th inning, as Hartman grounded into a 3-6-3 double play in the bottom of the 4th. He'll bat from the left side. 7 runs on 6 hits for the Pioneers. In the bottom of the 5th, alone 5 runs on 4 hits. Fastball outside corner, 0-1 on Hartman. Oh, 1 inside. It almost clips Andrew. 1-1. One with 2 out. Fastball off the plate. 2-1. Breaking ball, top of the zone. Hartman watches. 3 balls and a strike. Hartman, a cut and a miss into the glove of the catcher Brock Granger, and the count's full with 2 outs. Runners go, and a check swing tipped into the glove. That's strike 3, and the inning is finally over. But the Pioneers bat around, and for Elmira, 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and they strand 2 runners on base. We'll take it to the 6th, 7-1 Pios on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Here in Elmira, Zach Nelson pitching a gem so far. Pioneers ahead 7-1 on this Sunday afternoon from Dunn Field. Fastball misses high and away. As in place of Bryce Bedrosian to lead off the top of the 6th, it's Kevin Del Vecchio who takes a fastball for a called strike. So 1-1 on Del Vecchio. Zach Nelson, 3 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. No walks through 5 innings of work. 1-1 from Nelly. Popped up. Liam O'Neill at second puts it away. Out number 1. So that'll bring up Nolan Phelan. Bases empty with 1 out. Pioneers ahead by 6 runs. Once again, fans, tune into the Pioneers Baseball Network as Elmira hits the road to begin the first of a 2-game road trip versus the Geneva Red Wings on Tuesday night. From John Saloni Field at McDonough Park, our live coverage begins with Pioneers pregame live at 5:55 p.m. First pitch shortly after 6:30. All here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Breaking ball off the plate, 1-0. Phelan takes low in the ball game. Nolan Phelan, a fly ball to left. Second time through the order, Zach Nelson mowing through the Niagara Ironbacks. 1 ball and 1 strike as Nelly induces a swing and a miss at a ladder high fastball from Phelps. Count evens. One from Nelson. Breaking ball outside corner for a called strike 2. 1 run on 3 hits and 3 errors for Niagara. 7 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. Nelson comes set home with a 1-2. High fly ball deep third base side out of play. The 1-2 from Nelson with 1 out. Breaking ball, high fly ball to left field. Settling under it is Hartman. Puts it away for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Zach Nelson here in the top of the 6th. There comes Matt Evans, the center fielder, at the top of the batting order, but Andy Drum coming to the mound. This might do it for Nelly as he has a conversation with Zach. Andrew Roxby just waiting at the door of the Pioneer bullpen. And Drum shakes Nelson's hand. It seems as if he's congratulating him, which means he'll do it on the day for Zach. 5 2/3. He was brilliant. An earned run, 3 hits. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Nelson will hand the ball over to Roxby and leave to a nice ovation here at Dunn Field. Zach's best start of the season, in line for a victory. Pioneers up by 6. We'll take a short timeout and come back in a few moments on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Top of the sixth inning with 2 outs. Pioneers coasting. Ahead 7-1. It's back to the top of the batting order in Matt Evans, the center fielder. What a job done by Zach Nelson on this Sunday afternoon from Dunfield as Evans serves it into the right, on a line. TJ Grimesti puts it away. We'll have all the fun we want talking about Zach Nelson in the bottom of the sixth. For now, down go the Ironbacks in order 1-2-3 in the top of the sixth. No runs and no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Pios ahead by 6, 5.5 through on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Pioneers Baseball as we get you set for the bottom of the sixth inning. Anthony Manganiello to step to the plate for the Pioneers as he takes a called strike one. In the bottom of the sixth, it's Manganiello followed by Liam O'Neill and Vincent Favada. 0-1, fastball off the plate. 1-1 the count. Pioneers would like to thank Ward Manufacturing, Wegmans, Weiss Markets, Well Now, Urgent Killer, Wilbur Auto, and Woodbrook Assisted Living for their loyal sponsorship in the course of the 2025 season. 2 consecutive pitches missed out of the zone. A new pitcher in the ballgame for the Niagara Ironbacks. He's missing inside. 3-1 the count on Manganiello. Fastball inside for ball 4. So the new pitcher in the ball game is Ryan Stubbs, making his second appearance on the season. Only an inning of work so far for Stubbs. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. 1 walk and no strikeouts. So a walk on 5 pitches to Manganiello to open up the bottom of the sixth. Anthony reaches base for the second time in the ball game. A pop-up and a single prior to the walk here in the bottom of the sixth. O'Neill takes a fastball outside. 1-0 to Liam. In the ball game, 2 walks for O'Neill. 1-0, the bat goes flying. So it'll be a 1-1 to O'Neill with nobody out. Manganiello with 3 stolen bags on the season leads off of first. Middle infield at double play depth, Shin and Midori. Outfield, Phelan, Evans, and Keene, left to right at medium depth as well. 10 to 15 feet behind the third base bag is Kip. Manganiello takes off. Fastball inside, stolen base for Anthony as he progresses into scoring position. O'Neill takes inside, and it's 1-1. Stubbs deals, swing and a miss. One, two, Liam takes high. Rather a 2-2, so it'll be a full count with nobody out. Payoff pitch, outside, ball 4. Third walk of the ball game for O'Neill. Second in the inning issued by Stubbs in the ball game. Manganiello off of second, O'Neill off of first. For the righty hitting EH, Vincent Favada. Pioneers would like to thank Council Rockwealth Advisory Group, Curran Power Sports, Dandy Mini Marts, Dr. Susan Minchin, Elmira Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, and Elmira Impact for their loyal sponsorship throughout the course of the 2025 season. Pioneers have 2 on and nobody out. Favada, swing and a miss. Large cut there from the Pioneers EH. Ready on ready matchup with Stubbs. 2 on and nobody out. Elmira a 6-run lead. Bottom of the 6th inning. Favada takes high. And the count levels at a ball and a strike. 1 run on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Ironbacks. 7 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. 1-1, swing and a miss. Pioneers enter this afternoon's ball game. In overall total splits, you're looking at a collective 254 batting average to the rest of the PGCBL at 265, and you'd wonder, well, how? The Pioneers don't strike out a lot. They have good speed when they get on the bases, but manufacturing runs has been a bit of a tough part all season long. Despite the great speed, Andy Drum mentioning on a consistent basis his pregame availabilities, we need to move runners over better, like there. Good example. They're up 6 runs, though, so not that much of an issue as Favada is down on strikes for the first out of the bottom of the 6th. Rolls back to the top of the Pioneers batting order, Aiden Grabowski. Grabowski against Stubbs, tall right-handed frame. Working from the right side of the rubber comes set. Manganiello off of second, O'Neill off of first. Grabowski on a line to shallow center field. In tracks Evans. He puts it away for out number 2. Good pitch to hit and a good swing from Aiden, but to no avail for the Pios. 2 outs and 2 on. So here comes Ty Martineau with 2 outs. 2 walks in the inning issued by Stubbs, who fires fastball high, 1-0. Fastball inside. 2-0 to Martineau with 2 outs. Fastball inside corner. Called strike 1 on Ty. Two-one. Martineau rolls it on the ground. First base side. Nice snare from Brian Joe. And the count is 2-2. Two with 2 outs. Fastball flied foul. Third base side out of play. Fastball just off the outside corner. It'll be a full count to Martineau with 2 outs. So I want to apologize for discrepancy. It's Carter Kipp in the ball game instead of Ryan Stubbs. There's a listed Ryan Stubbs on the Ironbacks roster as a pitcher, but rather it's third baseman Carter Kipp, Kevin Del Vecchio, who pinch hit in the top of the 6th inning for Bryce Bedrosian. He's now at third as Martineau walks on the full count offering. So that's Kipp in the ball game, Bedrosian at third. Bases are loaded for Elmira and TJ Grimesti. Pioneers with a 6-run lead looking to expand upon it with Manganiello off a third, O'Neill off a second, Martineau off a first to pop up into shallow left. Ranging a long way in is Phelan, and the shortstop in Shin goes out and he puts it away to retire Grimesti for the final out at the bottom of the 6th inning. So for the Pioneers, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. 6 through, Pios ahead 7-1 on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the 7th inning on the Pioneers Baseball Network. The 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Ironbacks against Andrew Roxby, looking to close out a doubleheader sweep for your Elmira Pioneers. And he delivers over the outside corner, a swing and a miss, healthy hack from the righty hitting shortstop Carter Shin. 0-1 the count. Shin in the ball game 1 for 2 as he takes a breaking ball high above the letters. 1 ball and a strike. Shin a single in the top of the 1st. He was picked off at first base and then popped up on a floater to Liam O'Neill at shortstop, a basket catch from the Pioneers' second baseman in the top of the 4th. Fastball with some emphasis on it. Good life from Roxby off the outside edge. 2-1. So Carter Kipp gets out of the bottom of the 7th inning unscathed. He's removed out of the starting lineup as a little bit of shuffling in place of Kipp. Unless Kipp's still hitting in the pitcher's spot. I have to figure that one out. It's either him or Bryce Bedrosian shuffled into his spot. 2-2 with nobody out. A check swing in the dirt. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the field umpire. That's strike 3. That's out number 1 in the top of the 7th inning. Shin down on strikes. It's the 4th strikeout of the ball game. First for Roxby across 2/3 of an inning. 1 out and the base is empty for the lefty hitting right fielder, Alex Keene. First pitch to Keene, inside corner fastball for a called strike. Oh, 1 from Roxby with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Out ahead of it was Keene. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Roxby delivers a fly ball to deep left center field. On his horse is Baker, tracking way back in the gap, goes over and runs it down for out number 2. So a deep fly ball, but to no avail for Niagara as they're down to their final out of the ball game. Pios ahead by 6, looking to close out this doubleheader sweep. Righty and lefty matchup with 2 outs and the base is empty. Roxby comes set out of the stretch position right side of the rubber. First offering is a fastball high, 1-0. To Braden Bishop, the first baseman. Roxby, a deep breath, comes set, fires. Inside corner, called strike 1. Roxby's gone a perfect 3 outs so far into his relief outing. Zach Nelson in line for the win. Jaden Corpin in line for the loss. Nelson with the win would go to 2-1. Corpin with the loss 0-4. No save in the ball game as the Pios have a 6-run lead. 1-1. Fastball misses high from Roxby. 2-1. Roxby delivers inside. 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Three-1 fastball hammered deep down the right field line, foul out of play. Count goes full, and the Ironbacks are down to their final strike. It'll be a payoff pitch with 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, a run on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Ironbacks. 7 runs on 6 hits and an error for the Pioneers. Fans starting to rise on their feet at Dunn Field. Payoff pitch from Roxby on the way and a tie for ball 4. So the first blemish in Roxby's relief outing. A strikeout and a walk across an inning plus of relief. As the first base runner to reach is Bishop. And it's the pitcher Carter Kipp who started at third base. Came into pitch as Del Vecchio. That's Kevin Del Vecchio took over for Bryce Bedrosian in the EH role and now opts to play third. So with the pitcher hitting, the EH is eliminated as a check swing. Kipp could not hold up. It's a called strike 1. With Bishop off of first base and 2 outs. Shadows starting to creep in. The 0-1 from Roxby. Outside corner, unable to sell the call as Manganiello fastball a bit low. And the count evens at 1-1. Roxby sets and delivers. Popped up a jam shot off the end of the bat. Shallow right field. Second baseman Liam O'Neill calls out the call and the catch, and the ball game is over. The Pios lock down a 7-1 victory here at Dunn Field in Game 2 of this doubleheader versus the Niagara Ironbacks. They sweep the season series, and the Pios are in good spirits heading into the off day. A 19-15-1 record across 35 ball games for Elmira. That's win number 3 in their last 4. That'll do it for our live coverage on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Final line of the ball game for the Niagara Ironbacks. They have 1 run on 3 hits, 3 errors, and 2 runners left on base. For the Pioneers, 7 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 10 runners left on base. Be sure to tune in to live coverage of Elmira Pioneers Baseball this Tuesday, July 15th, as your Pios hit the road for a 2-game road trip. It'll begin with the Geneva Red Wings from John Saloni Field at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. Our live coverage beginning with Pioneers pregame live at 5:55. For now, I'm Farrell Hudson saying so long from this sunny Sunday afternoon. A warm one from Dunn Field on Military Appreciation Day. Pioneers sweep the Niagara Ironbacks and take home the back end of the doubleheader 7-1.